My fellow Americans and listeners of this podcast, I'm going to sit you down. Have a seat right over there. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. You hopefully didn't do anything that I can pull up some chat logs about. Are you happy? Are you happy with the way things are? When you look at your life, when you look back on the last year, year and a half, 2 years, are you happy? Do you feel safe? Does it feel like the people that should be fighting for you, fighting in your corner, actually have your back, or do you feel more like they're in it for themselves and for self-preservation? I know how the fuck I feel. I don't think it's really that open-end of a question here. I think we're all pretty upset with the way that things are going right now, right? I mean, it just came out today while I was at work that Mitch McConnell, who's I don't think is alive, and nobody believes this bullshit lie that they're peddling that he was discharged from the hospital and has been quietly recovering at home. Fixer, it didn't fucking happen. And I'm talking about real photographs, not AI generated ones that make us, I don't know, suspend our disbelief a little bit so that we don't have to wonder or ask for an explanation as to why the man looks 20 years younger. Anyways, it just came out that Mitch McConnell, while having not been publicly seen since earlier in the summer when he fucking died, will be continuing his job in the Senate, making his Senate decisions from home. Nobody has to, get eyes on the guy? Nobody has to speak to the man? We're just going to continue to auto-pen all of the decisions and quotes that he will continue to make? This sets a dangerous precedent, and I feel like I say this sets a dangerous precedent every fucking episode, but they just keep setting fucking precedents. It's not my fault that these fuckers want to keep pushing and keep pushing until there's nothing left to push. We live in an extremely corrupt society ruled by the wealthiest upper class who does not give a fuck about you or me, quite frankly, wants us dead, and will do everything to poison, stomp out, silence, and disconnect us from one another in hopes that they can just have their dream fucking world where they have minimal people to worry about and they can ride their stupid fucking horses around without having to think about other people. It's not even about humanity to them. It's never been about humanity to them. All these tech entrepreneurs and people who say that they're trying to do the best for the world, they're just trying to do the best for themselves, and I hope that you see it too, the way that I've been seeing it. Your president doesn't care about you. Your president's people don't fucking care about you. Any elected officials, whether they're on the left or the right, whether they're wearing a blue tie or a red tie, they don't give a flying fuck what happens to you. And actually, they care opposite. They care the opposite. They care about killing you. They care about making sure they can control you. That's all it ever is. That's all it's ever been. Government only exists to these people to rule over, to govern, to control. It's not about protection. It's never been about protection. Ever since corporate interests outweighed anything fucking else, that's all it's been. That's all it's ever fucking been. I don't know, you could probably blame Coca-Cola or some shit, way down the road when they hijacked Christmas the way Israel hijacks every fucking thing or cause or country within a certain radius of them. At least Coca-Cola tastes good. At least Coca-Cola has some sort of benefit. At least it's good for the soul. Can't say the same fucking thing about the state of Israel, can you? And that's where I'm gonna cold open right there. We're gonna cut to the fucking music right there. This is the Short News Podcast. My name is Alex Mador. Like I said, cue the fucking music because I feel like this is gonna be an ugly one. Let's go.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. What year has
So, how have you been? I know how I've been. Not the greatest, I'll be honest. Work has been hard. Life has been difficult. One bright side, one little silver lining the last couple of weeks of taking off from doing the podcast is I saw Spider-Man Brand New Day, the one that just came out 2 weeks ago now. I've seen it 4 times. I saw it the 4th time last night. It's not like I missed anything. My fucking face was glued to the movie theater screen. I needed this. I needed this one. I mean, come on, it's a story about a guy who everybody fucking forgot, including his ex. He's writing letters to her that'll never send. He's stuck on this same person who doesn't even fucking remember him the same way, or just doesn't even remember him at all, but remembers Spider-Man. And it's just it's a heartbreaking fucking tale. If somebody told you this was a happy little tale, if somebody told you that he gets the girl and everything goes okay, somebody fucking lied. That's never the case. But it was solid. It was really good. I think for the last 4 years or 3 years, like I'll say 3 because I've been miserable for 3. I've been hurting over the same shit for 3. That was the one thing that I knew I could look forward to. And throughout my entire life, this has been the case. And I've talked to a bunch of sad fucking Spider-Man fans about this, but they feel very similarly. Where since we were teenagers and life sucked and we wanted to die or wanted to kill ourselves or whatever we were going through at that time, the one thing that would keep us from doing so was always, well, if I die, if I off myself right now, then I won't get to see the next Spider-Man movie that's coming out like this year or whenever it was. And, for me at the time when I was suicidal or going through my shit as a teenager, like 14, 15, 16, it was the Amazing Spider-Man series. I remember they had announced that they were rebooting Spider-Man. They had canceled the fourth Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire film, and we were to never see Tobey Maguire again in that role. Bullshit, because we're seeing him again in Doomsday, apparently, and we saw him in it again in Spider-Man No Way Home. But that was the one thing. Looking forward to seeing how Mark Webb added his 2 cents into, or his creativity and his own input into his version or adaptation of this character that so many of us looked up to. It was something that kept me going, as well as a lot of other people, where it was like, well, if like we would look at the set photos because they were shooting it like out in cities. It wasn't a blue screen. They were actually using a real fucking city. And I think they were in LA. They were shooting it in LA. And I remember looking at like the suits and the little notes and like the little press releases and thinking to myself, well, I can't kill myself. Like I'm getting bullied at school every day. I'm getting bullied at home every day. Nowhere it's safe for me except for under my covers with my door locked. But if I end this shit right now, then I'll never get to know if this movie was worth waiting for. I'll never get to know if this was if Andrew Garfield is a good Peter Parker, because he looks like one. He looks quite good, honestly. He's a hot guy. Fuck, my sexual awakening was Andrew Garfield, but couldn't have had that if I'd offed myself at 15. I'm glad I didn't. We go through a lot of difficult things, but sometimes something as simple as, oh, the next Spider-Man movie's coming out, can't miss that, is what keeps us going. Were they worth sticking around for? I'm gonna say yeah, because if I say no, then it sounds like I'm saying, well, I could have offed myself. It would have been fine. I really wasn't missing much. They kind of botched the great power, great responsibility thing, but I didn't. I saw it in theaters. I saw it like the day it came out with my mom, nonetheless, who we won't go into my history with my mom, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay movie, and I was satisfied, and I was happy that I lived to see it. And then the second one, same thing. And I just lost my best friend. He had passed away, and I was very much in the mindset of it should have been me, not him. It should have been me. I want it to be me. I'm gonna make it be me. But that movie was coming out. They were doing their press stuff for it and their promo for it, and I kept seeing all of that. And they really had a crazy ad campaign to promote that film. Spider-Man movies always have crazy ad campaigns that sprawl across multiple different industries and products, and like yogurt, from yogurt to lawnmowers to whatever the fuck. But seeing all of that, it's the only time I'm going to take solace in advertising, I think, because it's Spider-Man, and anything Spider-Man I'm game for, as long as it's not a Spider-Man themed flock camera. We'll get into that. I have some things to say about this new movie. After seeing it 4 times, I think I'm equipped to review it. I'm not going to talk about politics, guys. I'm not going to fucking talk about politics this episode. I'm sorry. I kicked off the cold open with like Israel and the surveillance state and the Omnipticon and all of that. We're not going to do that today, okay? I took 2 weeks off because I was not in a good headspace because of what's happening in the news and because of what I'm feeling in my life in general. This movie helped a lot. It helped a lot, it hurt a lot, but it hurt in the best fucking ways. Spider-Man Brand New Day, was it worth not killing yourself for? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's one of those movies that you go in, you see, and you're like, I didn't get enough of this. I'm going to go right back in and watch it again. Same fucking day. Like, sorry if that's autistic of me, but this is the first movie I've ever done that with. Like, with songs, that's one thing. It's like a 4 or 5 minute song. It's a 2.5 hour movie. And I'm just sitting in my room crying. Like, watching it a third time around, like watching Peter Parker say to MJ, I've been trying to live my life all this time without you and I can't. And I was like, my God. Oh my God, I'm choking. I might spit again. That was the most Long Island Jewish sounding scream I've ever let out. Oh my God, my stomach. Oh my heart. Oh, he's fucking killing me, Peter. But like, yeah, no, like he said that and it makes me want to vomit in the best of ways. Like this movie got feelings down. This movie got feelings down properly in a Spider-Man movie at the perfect time. Because this is the first year of my life where I'm finally allowing myself to experience the full spectrum and range of my emotions without hiding them or bottling them up. And instead of doing that, allowing myself to express myself a little more in ways that aren't a 14-track album that comes off as spiteful or I don't know, like a 500-page novel about my life that's honestly pretty fucking cool. Marvelous Misadventures is coming out when I'm done. I can't wait for that. But anyways, back to this fucking movie. They got emotions right. From the very fucking start of this movie, you're already welling up with tears. You're sitting there watching this man in his like mid-20s who's really 30-year-old Tom Holland, like sitting alone in his apartment, talking to his AI assistant, who is his only friend because nobody remembers him, and he refuses to let his old friends who don't remember him back in because he thinks he's doing them a service by protecting them from the danger that comes with being friends with him because of who he is. It's fucking tragic. And the movie starts off with him reading the letter. Like, it's a voiceover of him going like, hey, what's up? He didn't say that, hey, what's up? But him with that letter to MJ, like you don't know me, but we were together for a long time, and I swore that I would protect you, so I made you forget about me. But the truth is, I love you, and it's much better than that. It's much better than I could ever do it justice. Especially not in the car on the verge of tears while thinking about the movie again, because some of us are going through it. If you've seen Spider-Man Brand New Day more than once since it came out and it's only been like a week and a half or 2 weeks, let me tell you something, man. You're going fucking through it. That movie's got Spider-Man, the Punisher, and the Hulk. Those are the most in their feelings characters in Marvel cinematic history, in Marvel universe history. I mean, one of them, if he gets angry, he turns into a giant fucking angry monster. The other one's just angry all the time, and he's rightfully angry because his whole family got killed in front of him by, the government? And now he's on a vengeance tour for the rest of his life, and he'll never stop. And then there's Spider-Man. Dead uncle, dead aunt, nobody remembers him, no money. How does he afford an apartment? That's the only plot hole that I was wondering about, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the movie is spectacular. The way that they were able to translate or adapt iconic comic book covers from like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s in the opening montage of Spider-Man doing Spider-Man-like shit, it shows me that Marvel finally understands the assignment. And the assignment is adapt a comic book into a movie. For the longest time, it felt like these Marvel films were some sort of military propaganda that had to be believable and take place in our world with the technology that we already have. And I think that what's great about this film is it does away with that. And it doesn't treat its viewers as stupid because it trusts that the viewers and the comic book fans and the people that are coming to see Spider-Man know what they're coming to see. They know what they're expecting. They know to suspend their disbelief a certain amount to understand or to be okay with the story and the technology and the fiction that this is. And it flows really well. It flows like water. It flows naturally. They finally fucking figured Spider-Man out. It only took them since 2002, but they figured it out. Peter Parker's like miserable and alone, and he's supposed to be. And people joke about that, like Spider-Man fans just want Peter Parker to be miserable. Well, Peter Parker and Spider-Man, he's supposed to be representative of the everyman. The point of the mask and the reason that the mask is like a full face covering mask in this flamboyant, flashy suit that covers up his skin and his skin color is because you're supposed to be able to identify with him no matter who you are. The point of Spider-Man is that he can be anybody. He could be anybody. And that's what makes you believe in him. That's what makes the people in the city believe in him in the story. He's just a good fucking guy and he could be anybody amongst us. And that's what's beautiful is that it feels like they finally captured that essence. Tom Holland does a really good job where they finally allow him to not be like this plucky, childish, immature, reckless little boy, and they let him be a man. They let Spider-Man be a man. He grows the fuck up. There's a 4-year time jump in between No Way Home and Brand New Day, which allows for these characters to grow, whether it be, Tom Spider-Man, Zendaya's MJ, the CEO of Sex as Ned. It's important for us to have that gap of time, that cushion of time, for lack of better words, so that revisiting these characters, we get to see them grow, and it doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel faked. It doesn't feel unnatural. It feels like you or me after not seeing somebody for a few years and thinking, well, I'm really different and they probably don't remember me and they probably aren't the same. And like, that's the truth. That's true. Like one major plot point or concept or issue that this film covers is that, when you fall in love with somebody and then they leave, or then you leave and you're gone, or they're gone, you're still hung up on them and you're still thinking about them after all these years. You're not still in love with the same person that you fell in love with. There's no way you can be. It's been so long. They've been through so much within that time jump or that period of time. You can't expect them to be the same person with the same feelings or the same understanding of who you are, because you're not even the same person either. So you're just in love with or hung up on this idea of somebody, but it's not like that idea of somebody ever gets confirmed or denied to ever be an idea in most cases, because it's not like we all always get the opportunity to reconnect with that person. So it was nice to see in the movie, like Tom Spider-Man, spoiler alerts, by the way. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks. It's probably already been spoiled for you. Tom Spider-Man reconnect with Zendaya's MJ and Ned Leeds. And even if they don't remember, trying to like be back in their lives once he realizes after 4 years of doing Spider-Man shit by himself and getting his ass completely handed to him and being overwhelmed and his powers mutating because he's only embracing his spider side and not his Peter Parker side. He finally acknowledges at Aunt May's grave by the end of the film, I can't do this alone and I'm not going to do this alone anymore. And that's when I started crying. Like there's a random fucking dude next to me and then my friend to my left, and thank God she was not paying attention, but this guy next to me was, and he just heard me go, fuck, oh. And that was embarrassing. You can't really say that you choked on spit or whatever. I just kind of let it happen, let the tears flow. My first time back in a movie theater since before COVID. I was a completely different person the last time the movie theater saw me. And the movie theater was a completely different movie theater the last time I saw it. Same building, different insides. Very, very similar, parallel type thing to what we're talking about here, but we're talking about a building now. But you get it. You get what I'm saying. I hope. I'm rambling here. I'm in my feelings. I've got a ton of issues right now. And I loved this movie. Probably gonna see it like a 5th time. I'll probably see it a 5th time, like this weekend or something. I don't know. But it was really solid. My only main complaint, and I see a lot of people bringing this up, and I don't really know if this is the writer's fault for just like not considering this, or if this is just a part of what Spider-Man is. It kind of has always been something that he does or has done. He like acts in all the New York City traffic cameras and he tells like the police commissioner or whatever, like, it's okay. I've got eyes on every camera in the city or whatever. And she goes, that sounds extremely illegal, Spider-Man. I'm like, well, that's unrealistic, because like she would totally be all about that if this were real life. considering like flock cameras and how that shit's privatized and seems extremely illegal, flock camera guys. But everybody seems to ignore that. The police welcome it with open arms. Spider-Man, pro flock camera, pro Omnipticon. I mean, here's my point. Spider-Man's a fictional character. I would trust fictional character Spider-Man a lot more with that type of technology than I would trust, let's say, evil billionaires and people that are in control of that technology now. So cut the fictional character of Spider-Man some slack here. He's done enough good for society. He's kept a lot of us alive just by like having movies that come out every 4 to 5 years. That's a big thing for me. That keeps me going. I can't wait for the next one. Avengers Doomsday, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. It looks like shit. I'll be real with you. I saw the trailer. I saw it like, again, 5 times. And it looked like shit. I didn't like it. It looked like it was AI generated. Everything's so slow and dumb, and everybody's got this dumb fucking look on their face, and the dialogue sucks, and Robert Downey Jr.'s accent sounds phony as hell, and I just don't buy it. That thing that I said earlier about Spider-Man and Marvel finally understanding the assignment, I'm rescinding that for Avengers Doomsday, because it really just seems like an AI-generated, rushed piece of shit based on what we've been shown, just based on what we've been shown. And it's reminding me of the ending to Stranger Things, which also was AI-generated bullshit nonsense. If you're in the know that the Duffer Brothers used ChatGPT to actually write that ending, fucking sucks. But I really hope I'm wrong on that, because it would be nice to have a decent Avengers film after, God, how long has it been? 2017 was the last one? I guess technically New Avengers, which came out a year and a half ago, Thunderbolts, but the real, like, an Avengers film, Endgame was it 2017 or 2018? That's crazy. It's been so long. And they're just going to drop a massive dookie on us and be like, isn't this good? Isn't this great? Go see it in IMAX. I promise you it'll be better. And it's like, I don't know, when you bring back too many legacy characters, it shows me that you don't believe in the product that you've been putting out for the last 5 to 7 years. And that makes me just not believe in you. And that's not good. And that's not a good way to be. That's not a good reputation to have as a company. But hopefully they fixed it in reshoots. Hopefully what we've been shown is just a real minimal amount of something that's actually quite solid. But I have my doubts. I really do. I don't think it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good, but we'll see, right? Spider-Man was fantastic. Spider-Man was fucking amazing. And I knew it was going to be good because it's Spider-Man. The trailers looked really good. Destin Daniel Cretton, or whatever his name is, seemed to really understand the character. Tom Holland was on as an executive producer because he wanted to make sure that this shit was done right after his last 3 films felt, I don't know, like Spider-Man light. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that this happened. I'm happy that this movie occurred, that it released, that we have it now, and I can't wait for the next one. Am I really closing the episode with that? Yeah, I fucking am. Spider-Man was a good movie. The news sucks these days, but I don't know. I'll see you guys on the next one. This has been the Short News Podcast. My name is Alex Mador. I appreciate you, and yeah, I'll see you on the flippity flip. Bye-bye.